So now it's time for the penultimate second final of the day. It is Senior Max, 32 competitors set to get under starters orders very, very shortly. And in the front row, it's Lukas Vanna and Lori Lepai, along with Sebastian Belhossin and Laszlo Zueva, Mick Knowlton and Philip Vava on row 3, Friedrich Jerich and David Remy, row 4, Piotr on row 4, Piotr Swizerzinski and Lars van Vark, Robin Krutzon and Jusso Pantila, row 6, Rick Buthon, Ragnar Virus, row 7, Hannes Morin, Kalle Astrand, row 8, Juvo Pariviainen and Stefan Furtbar, row 9, Sandor Naj and Emily de Hoys, row 10, Karo Kivi, Jan Ries, Rasmus Friedel, Jakob Hornbachner, Ben Struzon, Matilda Olsson, William Newnham, Olivier Verhelst, Mikael Tigson, Nick Coppens, Una Oksanen and Teresa Babikova. So that's your 16 rows of 32 drivers set to get underway for 14 minutes plus 1 additional lap. So we say goodbye to the Genie Max contingent until the Wackersdorf season finale on the 28th to the 30th of September, where we will crown our 2018 Rotax Max Euro Trophy Junior Max champion. And with that particular person, the rest of the top 3 will each get an individual entry ticket to the 2018 Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals in Paraíba in Brazil, starting on November 24th. So, Senior Max final number 2 set to get underway very, very shortly. And it will be Vanna on pole. Alongside him will be the Finnish nation being represented by Lori Lepai, as the drivers go round the final couple of corners. The front row controlling the pace for the rolling start, which will get us underway for Senior Max Final 2. Watch out for Mick Knowlton. He's on the inside of row 3. This will give him an opportunity to get towards the front of the field as we go green for Senior Max Final 2. And Lori Lepai now is in 5th. Look where Mick Knowlton is right now. He's up into 4th already. Oh, that was looks to be a false start. Second one of the day. So it's time to hit Control, Alt and Delete and reset everything for a second rolling start in Senior Max final number 2. Top 10, it's Vanna on pole, Lepai alongside on the front row, Belhossin, Zoeva, Knowlton, Vava, Jerich, Remy, Swizerzinski and Van Vark. That is your top 10. They filter through into the final sector of the track here at Speed World, located in Bruck an der Leitha here in Austria. The number 259 of Teresa Babikova coming into shot at the back part of the field, as the front 2 control the pace for the second rolling restart here. So the field now starts to bunch up. They come round the left-hander, which is the final corner here at Speed World, and we go green for the second time. Looks like a better start, but Mick Knowlton has already got up into 3rd position, being on the inside into turn number 1. And it's 2-3 abreast going into turn 3 for the first time of asking. So just waiting to see where some moves might happen, but Mick Knowlton, the current points leader on aggregate at the moment, will extend his lead, currently in 3rd place, which will net him 16 points. He's already had a 6th place finish in the earlier final today. So leaders come through to complete lap number 1. Vanna leads from Belhossin, and Mick Knowlton is looking incredibly rapid. Looks like he's got the same pace as he had in the first final a little bit earlier on, as the top 4, which is Vanna, Belhossin, Knowlton and Lepai, as there was a chance for Mick Knowlton to go up the inside of Belhossin for second. That's put him into the clutches of Lori Lepai, who's now in 4th place, having started from the front row. So in the points paying positions at the moment, it's Vanna, Belhosin, Nolten, Lepaj, Zoeva, Jerich, Schwizazinski, Knutsson, Buthorn, Morin, Remy. Well, Morin up into 10th, and Hannes Morin started 15th after that fantastic drive from 31st into 17th. So Rick Buthorn now down into 9th thanks to the efforts of one Robin Knutsson in the 281. As you can see that some of the... Oh, there's a nice little move up the inside there. Looks like that. So just keeping an eye there. It looks like it might have been someone like Buthon that might have made a nice little clean move up the inside of maybe Knutsson there. I'm not too sure, but the leaders are coming round the final couple of corners to start lap number 3. And the gap between Vanna and Belhosin, who's got a very, very determined Mick Knowlton in the 294 behind him by about a kart length and a half as they're going to the chicane on the back part of the track. And Knowlton is getting in, he's putting the feelers out on Belhosin, who's going very wide coming out of that, out on the far side of the track. They come through the chicane, a lot of undulation, a few bumps there, as we saw in Kristianstad. But that's allowing Knowlton to actually catch up a little bit more in the braking, but it looks like there's a bit more grunt in the engine for Belhosin that's allowing him to slightly pull away from Mick Knowlton, but Mick Knowlton is keeping in touch. But then you've got the 3 behind, so Lepaj, Zoeva and Jerich, who is in 6th place. And at the back part of the field itself, you've got the likes of Teresa Babikova, Una Oksanen, and at the back end of the field, I can't believe I'm quite saying this, Matilda Olsson in the 232 is 32nd and last at the moment. Not been a good round for the young Swedish lady from Strawberry Racing. Came alive in Kristianstad, and she hasn't had the best weekend so far. But just look how close Lori Lepaj is now with Mick Knowlton. So Sebastian Belhosin from the Czech Republic has got a fight on his hands for at least, well, it's going to be 2nd position. And just look how close the 4 battling over 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. Zoeva is now quickly coming into this fight. Jerich is going to be with them soon, as will the likes of Schwizazinski, Buthon and Knutsson. Oh, and it looks like there might be some stones on the track, I think, just coming out of the final corner. And it looks like one stone that was on the outside of the final corner has just been thrown aside by one of the side wheels of the D5 tyres. And there's actually stones in the path of the actual start-finish line. As Mick Knowlton goes up the inside of Sebastian Belhosin, and Lori Lepaj tries to follow through but doesn't make it stick. So Mick Knowlton now up into 2nd position, having got his way past Sebastian Belhosin, who is coming under quick rapid fire from Finland's Lori Lepaj. And you've got Zoeva Jerich also there as well. But look at the train, it is there's more drivers coming up behind Belhosin, as Knowlton is trying to make a little bit of clean air between himself and the driver in 3rd position from the Czech Republic. And looks like Zoeva is getting very racy behind Lepaj and throws it up the inside. What a great move from the 261, but Lepaj straight on the offensive, could have made the switch back going into that little chicane on the infield part of the track. But then you then also got the likes of Friedrich Jerich as well, who's also behind Svijazinski, Buthorn, Knutsson. Now watch out, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes the fast-charging Hannes Morin. He's in the top 10 now. So the Swede from Dan Holland Racing has firmly got the fire in his belly. It's clearly stoked, and he's got the pace. He's running at a 43.1. So nice work by the 219. So Zoeva now gets past Lepaj for position. Nice move from the 261. Järich now is down in 8th place and is in front of Knutsson and Morin, who actually took well over 6.5 tenths of a second out of Robin Knutsson in the 281. So it is going to be more of a cat and mouse game now with this gangle of carts with Hannes Morin at the back of the train. Philip Vava, who started in 6th place, is now all the way down in 13th position. Parviainen from Finland in the 201 rounds out the top 15 who will score points. Lukas Vanner in the meantime is still extending his lead and did a 42.993, which now just happens to be the fastest lap of this race. And the drivers at the front, it looks like there's a bit of a split there now between Lori Lepai and Świeżaczynski. Well, there isn't really, because then you've also got Järich as well. Oh, another move up the inside. That was the 2:15 of Naj getting past David Remy from Dan Holland Racing there. Valle Aslan now hits 17th position. Matilda also now up into 30th place. 6 minutes plus 1 additional lap to go in this second Senior Max final. With Lukas Vanner continuing to set fastest lap after fastest lap. As Świeżaczynski has got both Buffon and Järich for company. And it looks like on the far side of the track, coming out of the chicane, if they get the best run coming out of it, they've got a good chance of going up the inside and making the overtake stick. So there's Buthorn coming into shot just behind Świeżaczynski. These two are battling over 6th position at the minute. So Vanner continues to lead. Mick Knowlton is 2.67 seconds adrift. Belhossin in 3rd. Zoeva, Lepai, Świeżaczynski, Buthorn, Järich, Knutsson, Morin, Remy, Naj, Vava, Friedel and Parviainen. That is your top 15. So there is a bit of a further gap between Mick Knowlton and Sebastian Belhossin now that the 294 has got himself into 2nd position. Vanner with the lap times he's setting at the moment, anywhere between a high 42.9 and a low 43.0. Vanner is on course to keep himself at the front of the field. Mick Knowlton is trying to do his best to close the gap, but it's going to be more a case of consolidating a good overall points haul this weekend. With Belhossin will have Zoeva on his back bumper, probably in a couple of laps or so with the pace that the pair are showing. Zoeva was actually slower than Belhossin by nearly a tenth of a second. Lepai still keeping in touch in 5th. Świeżaczynski has got Buthorn right on the back bumper coming across the start-finish line. Oh, and we've got 2 carts off. That's Matilda Olsson and Teresa Babikova. Just off the infield there, just off the track. Both drivers have walked away. So 3 minutes 10 plus an additional lap to go here for Senior Max final number 2. And title protagonist Matilda Olsson, unfortunately, having a collision with Teresa Babikova. So that means we're now down to 30 drivers still circulating here at Speedworld as Belhossin comes under fire from Zoeva. Oh, Zoeva was very, very close. The pair clashed and Belhossin had to run wide, nearly clipped the barriers as they were moving the stricken carts of Olson and Babikova, as Zoeva has lost out big time there and manages to push the cart unaided. So Nolson still in second, Lepai now in third. Świeżański is going to be battling with Buffon over what is effectively fourth place now. Belhossin rejoins in sixth position ahead of Jerich. Knudson, Morin now in ninth place. And Zoeva is actually stricken on the inside of the first part of the infield section as he pushes the cart off of the racing line here in Austria. So Zoeva started fourth. Looks like Mike Wagner was just calling over Zoeva, just then saying, come away from here and get over here, it's a bit safer. So being motioned over. Meanwhile at the front, Van Aert still leads from Mick Knowlton by 3.2 seconds. Belhossin in the meantime has got a gaggle of carts behind as there's a nice little move up the inside of David Remy. That was Naj in the 2:15. And there's a little bit of bumping and barging, front bumpers hitting rear bumpers there. With Philip Vava right on the back bumper of Naj in the 2:15. Less than 60 seconds to go. And Lukas Vanna looks to continue a good set of wins for the Austrian contingent here this weekend, leading Mick Knowlton by over 3.3 seconds. We have just over 30 seconds to go here in our second of the Senior Max finals. So retirement so far, Matilda Olson, Teresa Babikova and Laszlo Zoeva. So 29 still competing, still racing. So just over 10 seconds to go. Vanna leads from Knowlton, Lepai. Świeżański has got some daylight between himself and Buthorn in fifth. Belhossin sixth, Jerich seventh, Knudson, Morin, Remy complete the top 10. With Naj, Vava, Friedel and Parviainen and Kalle Astrand. So that rounds out the top 15, as the next time he crosses the start-finish line it will be Lukas Vanna, who will have one more lap to go. So final lap board is shown to the field. So Vanna leads from Mick Knowlton, Lori Lepai. Świeżański, who started in ninth and is now fourth as a result of that tangle between Belhossin and Laszlo Zoeva, who will not complete the race. So only a handful of corners to go, and taking the win for the second final in succession, it's going to be Lukas Vanna, who celebrates with both hands off the steering wheel, taking a double final win ahead of championship leader Mick Knowlton. And there's a bit of frustration, I think, by Buthorn punching the steering wheel in sheer frustration, knowing that he could have got Świeżański. Lepai rounds out the top three. And a little sign of respect there from Mick Knowlton, saying, well done, good job, mate. As Lukas Vanna makes it 2 for 2 here in Austria to conclude Senior Max Round 3, Rotax Max Euro Trophy 2018. So winning the second final in succession, Lukas Vanna is ahead of Mick Knowlton. Lori Lepai finishing in third. Piotr Świeżański from SCS Racing rounding out the top four, with Rick Buthorn, Sebastian Belhossin coming off the better of the clash between himself and Laszlo Zoeva in sixth, ahead of Friedrich Jerich, Robin Knudson, Hannes Morin, David Remy, Zandor Naj, Philip Vava, Rasmus Findel, Kalle Astrand and Juho Parviainen, who round out your points scoring drivers this weekend. Pantila, Kivi, Newnham, Vark, Ries, Fortbauer, Verhus, Hornbachner, Verhelst, Tuzon, Coppens, De Hoys, Oksanen and Tigson were the last of the 29 drivers that finished, with Laszlo Zueva, Teresa Babikova and Matilda Olson not finishing.